The world of disabilities is a very strange one. Strange in the sense that, honestly, like I've said before, how the society around me will perceive me for living with a certain disability might not be the same way another society might perceive someone else who probably is living with the same disability or even something different. Hello everybody, and welcome to Naomi's All-Inclusive World, where today I would love us to just have a quick conversation on how different one condition or one disability can be from one space to another, and just how important it is that the people around me are aware of what I'm living with or what I'm struggling with, whether or not they eventually get to appreciate that. Karibu. Now, quite a number of disabilities or challenges, really mental health especially, come with a lot of complications that it sometimes is very hard for the person living with that condition to understand them fully. And number two, therefore making it even harder to make those around the person understand what she or he is going through. Take arthritis, for example. Now, arthritis as a condition is one that messes someone's bones, really. So your bones get to hurt, and it doesn't really have a formula per se. So sometimes, you know, you've probably had terminology such as rheumatic arthritis, you know, and so on. But here, basically, it's the bones that are in pain. It's the bones that are like in conflict of a sort. And you'll find that today, probably, this person who suffers from arthritis is hurting from the neck. The bone on the neck is what is hurting, and then tomorrow it will be probably the thigh, the other day it will be the hand, and so on. So if you're not very careful as the people around a person living with arthritis, you might really not understand this person per se, because like I said earlier, by the way, they don't understand themselves enough. This pain kind of makes you really just know yourself for the moment, and then when the pain or the discomfort moves, you kind of also just get confused. Now, I've come across family members or just people in that share space with someone struggling with a condition, maybe colleagues, maybe churchmates, complaining that sometimes this person is gloomy. Sometimes anakuanga tu gloomy. Sometimes hata jisikii kucheka na watu. You know, sometimes this person is very unpredictable. Now, one of the things I've also read about some of these conditions is they are so unpredictable. So is the pain that comes with living with such a condition, and especially now in this case, arthritis. Like when the pain comes, for some people, they just feel like closing up. They don't want to interact. You know, the pain just makes you kind of want to be alone in your own space. Some people, when the pain and the discomfort comes, they just want to lie, to sleep, you know, and not do much, you know. Some people, I am told, the pain can be so bad, they don't even want to groom. They don't even want to take a bath. They don't even want to, you know, to just make themselves look good. It is because of the pain and the discomfort. And you see, the people around such a person, without enough information, might be quick to think this person is losing it. This person is just is changing. This person is giving up. This person is doing ABC. Whereas actually it is the discomfort and the pain that is causing this. Now that's just one example for a physical condition like arthritis. Now, let me also quickly talk about a mental condition where, like they say, we all are going through something mental. You know, we all are going through something that is bugging our minds. But it can, to some people, it becomes so bad that it actually is compromising their safety, their comfort, and that of the people around their space. Now, it will help if, for example, the people around you will be opened up to your world, to know what you're going through, because then maybe they can be part of the help. Number two, those of us around such a person going through that tough time, let's not be quick to think we know what they're going through. You know, the way we are very quick to usually conclude something like, oh, okay, no, he was talking to himself because he didn't have food yesterday. His ninja ilikuwa inaongea, you know, or oh, he actually wasn't saying hello to people because he's broke, you know, and something like that. Like, let's not be very quick to fill in the gaps as to why this person is behaving the way they are behaving, before having the whole story. Mental health especially is very complex, and sometimes just the smile might not be equivalent to someone having a good ride. So is crying. Just crying or someone breaking down might not be necessarily equivalent to someone breaking down. So let's endeavor to get the whole story, and especially if we happen to be living with such a person, let's endeavor to understand this person's full cycle, so that then we can actually handle them with both understanding and love. Because how a person struggling with a mental problem is behaving today, when it's hot, when it's windy, might not necessarily be the same way they behave tomorrow, knowing their kid has been chased from school, or knowing their kid's medication is over na hawana pesa, knowing that the bills are due and they don't have all this. So again, let's try to be very flexible and not have a uniform way of treating someone, where someone in this case might be our sibling, our neighbor, our colleague who happens to be living with a disability. I thought I needed to mention that, guys, because as a society we are dealing with so much, and sometimes it doesn't help when we are very quick to conclude what someone is going through just because we think in our little understanding that is what they're struggling with. Sometimes it's the response and the comments from that little understanding that actually ends up hurting them more, or if not even them, hurting their loved ones, their spouses, their family members who might hear these comments from a neighbor, from a colleague, from a churchmate, from a chamamate, make some of these comments, and that might be really hurtful. And sometimes they say you would rather not say, because you will never be able to take what you've said back. So can you imagine saying something that is wrong? You will never recall it. You'll never be able to take it back, and the hurt and the pain and the bruise the word will cause might stay for a long time. So then before we say what we think, before we say what we have heard and we think is the thing, how about we actually get enough information about something, and in this case about a condition or a disability, before we pop it out, before we word it, before we phrase it in words. Okay, see you in my next episode, where we will be talking about, I don't know, something else still in the world of disability. But for now, I really just hope this helps you, not be quick to conclude some things, number one. Number two, not be quick to verbalize them, because that's what ends up also hurting some more. And yeah, let's just keep walking in this world and in this life and in this frame of knowledge, because again, we will never have enough of it. So let's keep feeding on this, because that's the only way, again, we can also tell the people living with disabilities that we love them without necessarily saying we love them, just with our actions.